Welcome back, everyone, to the Shepherds Podcast.
Maybe the last episode
of the season. I don't know. Who knows? No, you're gonna come. You're gonna come
before the trial board.
You're gonna come back from Cleveland and have a lot to talk about.
I don't know.
Man, there's lots of good coffee in Cleveland, though. Bond Life. It's right across the street.
There's one up on Paul Huff I've been going to.
Simple? Is it Simple Coffee?
I don't know. It's right up above the new, there's a Friendly's and there's a McAllister's Deli. It's between that and Longhorn. So I just kinda,
Dutch Brothers is up there.
Kind of swing through there sometimes.
Is it a drive-through? Dutch Bros.
It's a drive-through only.
Dutch Bros. Yeah,
drive-through only.
We're getting one of those here.
Oh, okay,
over in Cherrydale.
There's another one going in where Clutch Coffee was down East North.
Did Clutch close?
Yep.
I just wanted to say that back to back.
Yep.
Clutch closed.
There was some drama there. Something about a divorce or something.
I saw one of their billboards, and it was a little bit, I was like, I don't know about that.
They did close. Okay. All of those locations closed. Okay. But try Simple. Simple Coffee.
Okay.
It's very good. It's up by Sonic and what used to be Golden Corral. Sorry, Ben Dellinger.
Oh, Ben.
It's up.
Okay.
It's up there. It's really good.
So by the time this podcast drops, it'll be 1 week to the Shepherds Gathering.
Right.
And you have waited too late to register.
It's closed. It's over.
The door is closed. Sorry, I never knew you. However, you probably could call Angela in our office and
the way is shut. And what is that from Lord of the Rings? The way is shut.
But anyway, so we'll do that next week. We might do a live podcast after I do my session on Tuesday. We might just...
we will record it. It will not be live.
Dr. Williams will be gone. Well, you're emceeing the whole thing.
Yeah, but...
Dr. Williams will be gone, and there won't be any officials there, and it'll just be us. So we might record a podcast and see how many bleeps.
Oh, Seth Brown is giddy in his seat right now listening to this.
Well, I like to make people.
He said, let's do a live one. We'll just pass the mic around. We'll go to Barfield. I'll throw some in there. I'm like, no, you won't. You're a state official. No, you won't.
And then I'll take the angry grandpa role and
there you go,
and close it out. All right, here we go.
I go. You started this yesterday. I don't even know how to introduce it.
Well, let me start with this.
Okay.
So Sunday mornings a week ago, it's the Sunday after Easter. I'm preaching that message about Pearl of Great Price. And I woke up, I don't do this a lot, but I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. And I don't mean I woke up, I got up and was just going over the sermon in my mind over and over again. How am I going to communicate this? And so after about 2 or 3 pods of coffee, I was just trying to find that, what am I trying to say here? You ever do that?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just went, and I was actually curious what the Masters leaderboard looked like, what time the guys were teeing off. So I go online for a minute, and this popped up. It was posted. I don't even know what site it was posted. And it's a quote by John Piper. And here's what he said. There's a great gulf between the Christianity that wrestles with whether to worship at the cost of imprisonment and death, and the Christianity that wrestles with whether the kids should play soccer on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And then I knew where I was going. But let that sink in. In one part of the world today, there are people who are Christians, and they wake up on Sunday morning and wrestle with, do I go to our gathering at the risk of possible arrest, possible imprisonment, possible death? Meanwhile, back here in America,
yeah,
our Christianity wrestles with travel ball.
But I don't think they wrestle with it very much. I think they.
Oh no, there's no wrestle. I know who's winning.
I think they just do it. Yeah.
I know who's winning, but that's we are portraying a very different Christianity than what the rest of the world. And I might have went down that road. Easter, the week after Easter, there were pastors all over the country who got texts, great Easter service, loved it, it was wonderful. We're going to be out for a while. It's travel ball.
Yeah.
And the reality is, I remember when travel ball started. Your brother played AAU basketball, and there were about 2 tournaments that bled over into Sunday. I remember one of them was Memorial Day weekend in Asheville.
Oh yeah.
And so I think he missed about 2 Sundays a year. Now, it's nonstop. It's not just. I mean, the season's the whole year. One for every sport.
Correct.
It's. I'm going to cough here 1 second. So you have your baseball season at school. You can't play travel ball during that baseball season.
Correct.
But when that baseball season is over, until that baseball season starts the next year, it's travel ball season. 9 months out of the year. And it's the same with basketball now, and it's the same with volleyball now, and it's the same with soccer now. And so realistically, we have parents who are choosing for their kids not to be a part of church at least half of the year.
Yeah.
Because they want them, and I use this wording, because we want them to have the opportunities we never had. I've heard that a lot. I never had that opportunity, and I want my kids to have the opportunity. Yeah, okay, but you're still in church as an adult, except when your kids are playing travel ball. What's going to happen to your kids?
I remember, and Daniel, you correct me if this was not the same case when you were growing up in Tennessee, but when I was in high school, to be on a travel team, you had to be like really
elite.
Really elite.
Yeah.
Like it was a whoa. I mean, he plays travel ball. Holy cow! Like no, like he's good.
The Caden Grice.
Yeah, like I'm talking about like
who plays with the
Caden
Diamondbacks
and I even remember the guys that Justin played with.
Yeah.
I mean, these were not scrubs.
No, they're going to go play college ball somewhere.
Yeah, and a lot of them did.
Yeah.
I think about Chandler, and I think about
Yeah.
Jeffrey probably could have. He was really good, and O'Shane and those guys, they were really, really good. But
Michael
now,
Roth.
Yeah. Now, anybody, now I'm not in this.
Anybody who can pay the fee.
That's what I was going to ask.
Can be on a travel
Anybody
ball
who
team.
has the money, yeah, man, come on. We got you. Am I wrong?
There's 2 sides of this. One is that local leagues have become so watered down that parents are forced to put their kids in
More competitive
environments.
leagues.
And
Right.
the way you do that is you pay to play.
Right.
That's the way my kid will actually get meaningful opportunities. The downside to that is that you're going to play on Saturday and Sunday. Now, growing up, I played travel ball when I was probably 12 and beyond, but there were not games on Sundays.
Right.
You played Fridays and Saturdays.
Right.
And as I got a little bit older, you would have Sunday games, but it would be after 12 o'clock.
Right.
I remember vividly one time being at Level Heights Church of God with my baseball uniform on, sitting on the back row, and as soon as service let out, I drove to our game.
Sure.
But that's not the case anymore.
No.
Now you're going to have an 8:30 start time, and it's going to go until and the kids now, and that's just baseball. I mean, there's volleyball.
It's every sport.
and
It's every sport.
basketball and all that.
And look, I'm not anti-sports. I'm not anti-travel ball, competitive level sports. I want you to see what you are teaching your children, though,
Right.
when that takes precedent over your commitment to church and Christ.
Right.
And I'm not saying there won't be, there won't be 2 or 3 times here and there that you'll miss because this is going on. I just think, I have kids and I'll ask you, hey, I haven't seen so-and-so in a long time. And you will say, oh, yeah, they're
Travel ball.
travel ball.
Yeah.
I got kids that grew up here that they're just gone. Mm-hmm. And they'll pop back in every now and then they look miserable that they're there. Mm-hmm. And you realize, man, I'm afraid that somebody has built an idol for them to worship. Mm-hmm. And it's not Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is uniquely an American scenario, I think.
Yeah.
I had a lady after I preached that yesterday come up to me, and she's involved in education, and she was telling me she had heard someone refer to this as American churchianity. We're not Christianity, it's churchianity. Mm. And if you make it about the church, then you can take it or leave it. Mm. As opposed to if it's about Christ. Mm-hmm. If everything's about church, per se, you can take it and leave it. It is, I guess if I would want to do anything today, and what probably will be a short podcast, is just sound the alarm of, what are you doing?
Here's my take on it. Yes, church and Christ are 2 different things.
Yes.
However, my argument, let me rephrase it. My observation has been when church is taught that we do it when it's convenient.
Yes.
The thinking will turn into, I will turn to Christ when it is convenient.
When it's convenient.
Yeah.
And it becomes one of the kingdoms that I have my foot in.
Yeah.
And it's an easy kingdom just to put in the back corner. And I think one of the things that I said that I'd heard another quote, the guy said, the problem with the American church is we've chosen Jesus over hell. Yeah. But we haven't chosen him over our earthly life.
Absolutely.
We yes, I don't want to go to hell. I choose Jesus.
I choose you.
Oh, okay. Will you surrender? Will you sell out all of your other kingdoms? Oh, no. I didn't sign up for that now.
Right. Right.
I still want to do what I want to do.
Well, it's like we were talking in the last one about the golfer Cameron Young.
Yeah, great. Bring him up.
He was asked about his faith, and I think he might be Catholic. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But regardless.
Oh, remind me to come back to that.
He said that every tournament he goes to, his wife and 3 kids are with him,
right,
and they find a local church Sunday morning somewhere they can go and have service.
Okay.
And he was just kind of like, that's what we do.
This is who we are.
That's what he said. It's important to us.
This is who we are.
I'm not trying to make a huge deal about it,
right,
but this is what we do.
It's
what we want our kids to do.
non-negotiable.
Right.
You got to have non-negotiables.
Right.
There is the problem. We have made our Christianity negotiable, convenient.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Right.
In the parables that I preach, Pearl of Great Price and the Hidden Treasure, the people who found those things sold everything. Mm-hmm. And Jesus talked about, you're not going to find your life until you lose it. And so the question the seed I would want to plant in parents' minds, what are you teaching your children?
I would unpack it a little bit more.
What priority are you teaching them to set?
I've heard the argument, and I don't remember the specific percentages, but it's less than 1% of all these kids that play ball will ever do so on a professional level.
Right.
Think about all the hundreds of baseball players that we've had. Caden's the only one.
Oh, yeah.
That I know of that's playing at any kind of professional level. I always look back to the why. I think Henry is playing ball because he genuinely loves ball. He eats, sleeps, drinks, and breathes it.
Right.
but I come back to
Henry also loves church.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this person's name. I don't want to get him in trouble, but we have a Division II NCAA athlete that came up through our youth group and is here now and involved, and great kid. But I think I can say this without getting in too much trouble. Miserable.
Right.
Playing college ball.
Right.
Hates it.
Right.
And has told me on multiple occasions, I wish I would have quit.
Right.
I wish I would have quit in high school because it was fun.
Yeah.
And it's not fun anymore.
It's not fun anymore.
It's not
It's a
fun.
job.
I don't enjoy it. It's not been what I thought it was going to be.
Right.
I don't know that I'm going to do it again.
Right.
But that happens. Even my nephew playing college ball, he's like, it's not like it was.
Well, even your brother.
Yeah.
I think I think there are a lot of pros, a lot of positives to having your kids involved in whatever sport they like, if they like sports.
Yeah.
We could have the same conversation about dance. You could have the same conversation about
cheer,
a whole bunch of things because they travel as well. And here's the underlying premise. Whatever you're doing that pulls them away from their relationship with Christ in any way, how can you think that's a good thing?
Yeah.
But there are positives to being involved in sports and things like that. With your brother, he had to keep his grades up because he knew if his grades weren't at a certain level, the school wouldn't let him play ball.
Right.
So it forced him to study. For others, it teaches you to work with people. You're in a team environment. You have the discipline of you have to practice. You have to show up for practice. You have to do the drills and all. And those things are good and they're healthy for anybody. But anything you're letting pull your children away in any way from their relationship with Jesus, how can you think that's a good thing? And you would at least want to be extremely guarded. I want to go back to the question you asked last week. There may be times you have to look at them and say, yeah, okay, we're not going to do this.
Oh, I'm there right now.
Yeah.
I'm there right now.
And
one of my children wants to do something.
Yeah.
And it would require a lot of Sundays.
Okay.
And we're in the conversation of, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. And you use the operative word there, conversation.
Yeah.
You talked about your nephew last week, who would ask why. Mm-hmm. I think you should work on having such a relationship with your children that you can have that conversation and explain and be open and transparent. This is why. This, we can't do that. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm concerned about.
Right.
There'll come a time when you're 18 or whatever and living on your own, and you will make choices. But what I want to instill in you now is anything that rivals your relationship with Christ, you cannot give it a seat at the table.
Yeah.
It can't have a seat at the table.
Yeah.
Inevitably people will respect you for that.
Yeah.
But of course, the short term, especially for children and high school kids and whatever, they may feel shunned or whatever comes along with that.
From a youth and children's ministry standpoint, I'll speak to it.
Yeah.
Because inevitably what happens is, God, man, I got to be careful here. Inevitably what happens is when you're not there, there becomes a disconnect.
Yes.
There becomes a disconnect with
peers,
with
staff,
volunteers. That's what's, and then
then the whole ministry.
And then when you do come, you feel weird. You feel out of place. You look around and go, I've not been here in 8 weeks. I don't know anybody.
These people are weird because they don't play ball.
My one friend that I usually hang out with is not here because they're on a different travel ball schedule than me. And those kids end up falling away because they don't know anybody.
Well, church is very relational.
Yep.
Most people choose a church because they have friends there.
Yep.
And so, in one way, you are choosing for your children a different set of friends over the friends they may have at church.
Yeah.
And that's really part of it. Now, I would have to say, we've had people who, because of what their children participated in, was only on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
There's no choice. It's let's take baseball, and I'm just because it's that time of year.
Right.
There are leagues around the area that play. Northwood is right up the road here. Profound Baseball League. It has been the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
And so they play through the week.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are certain sports you can play through the week. There are certain sports you cannot play through the week.
Right.
You can only play on the weekends, especially if school is in session. And so I guess the one that comes to mind would be golf.
Mm-hmm.
Your children can't play golf in the daytime Monday through Friday.
Right.
And by the time they get out of school, the most they'd probably get in is 9 holes before it gets dark. So,
Right.
So if they're in tournaments, those are going to be on Saturday and Sunday. And we've had a lot of people do that.
Oh yeah.
But many of them also, when those things happen, they either come to the early service.
Yep.
And or if it's out of town, okay, we're going to sit and watch online at 9 o'clock, and then we're going to go. So that's a lot different than just we're gone. I don't know when we'll be back, and then when they do come back, like you said, the kids are disconnected. I think it's a dangerous trend in the American church, and then I've heard the angle of, well, you could build a team and have devotions and all of that. Yeah, but you're taking them from that setting that you really want them to have established and ingrained in them.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue that I see is the same person that's leading devotions is also yelling at the umpires.
Yeah.
So you don't set good examples.
No.
Congratulations, you just had a devotion and then you went and yelled at an umpire and you didn't set a good example in front of them.
And do we have time to talk about the parents in the stands? And it's not all of them, but Lord have mercy. No,
you stepped on my toes enough, don't you?
Well, no, I mean, I get it. I mean, I was that parent in the stand, and I look back and think, man, I should have been a lot better than I was. But you really have to be careful about what you're putting in them. Anything else along these lines? Because I'm going to tell you one other part of this, and then
from my side, youngest is involved in travel ball and has been for several years.
Yeah.
It is a challenge. It has to be very intentional. And
that's a great word
from me and Amy that if we have a week off, if he's not traveling, and fortunately for his team, they only travel 2 weekends a month. The coach made a commitment. We're not going to burden you with 6, 8, 12 straight weeks. You're out of church. You're out of your
right.
So I'll give him credit for that and give that team credit for that. But at the same time, if we have an off week, the kids are at church.
Yeah.
He's at church, and he's going to be there. And a lot of times if he's got a later game on Sunday, like you said, we're going to come to the early
Put your uniform on and come on and sit. And, you can have the conversation of if you had a travel team that played once a month out of town.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than every weekend.
Right.
That's a lot different.
I do like this guy on TikTok who does. I've sent them to Daniel often.
Yeah.
The travel ball, like he'll do what it used to be and what it is now, and he'll be like, what it used to be. Parents, we're very sorry. We're gonna have to have one weekend. We know that that's a lot on you. We will reimburse you for gas.
Yeah.
And then now we will be playing in the African tournament. And then we will be hiking up to Paris to play in the Eiffel Tower Invitational. Like,
and now you had a daughter who got invited to be on a travel cheer squad.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
And
Which one? Because they all kind of. Well, I think Jules got invited to do travel dance at one point,
okay.
and we were like, "No, that's
no,
okay." Riley got asked to be on a cheer thing, and
how much to be on the team?
just under $2,000 just to be on the team.
Was that for that season or for the whole year, or did that just do the spring?
I got to be honest with you, I don't know because that's about as far as it got. There was something about they only do 2 tournaments, or they only do 2 things, and it includes their classes. But then I'm looking at it going, it also includes the travel fee for the coaches, so you're paying for the coaches.
Correct.
And I don't know. I'm just having Abby Lee Miller flashbacks and dance moms.
Dance moms. You could be the dance dad.
No,
but no, the idea of $2,000.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Really?
That's a lot.
What would we say if we said, hey, your child can join our youth group and come twice a week, every week, but it's only going to cost you $2,000 to be in our youth group? We get laughed out of the state.
I don't know. Maybe if we set that, it would the way people are programmed today. Well, that must really be.
It must be a good.
That must be the primo, and I want my kids in
the flesh side of me really wants to just. How many hours do you spend at the ball field practicing? But I've had to cut our Wednesday night service short because at 7:45 the line starts outside.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
I'm here to get my kid, and we're going home, and we're getting into bed. And
at 8:00, if you're not done,
they're coming in and getting them.
No, I get texts. Are y'all not supposed to be done by 8? And I'm like, we're having to cut this back to be done at 7:50
because
now.
the parents are not in the adult Bible study.
Correct. They're sitting out in the
sitting in the
cars,
parking lot.
Yeah.
waiting, and I'm getting texts, seriously. And I even had a mom tell me, like, I don't know that we're going to be able to do Wednesday nights if you're not going to be done by 8. And I'm like, it's 8:07. Like, what? And your kid's praying in the altar. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
The flesh side of me wants to be like, really? That's what we're doing?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's what we're doing. That is the American churchianity.
Yeah.
Yes, that is. And then we want our children to grow up and be good church, God-fearing. Really?
But no, that's the truth. We have had to adjust our Wednesday night service schedule to be done by 7:50 so that we can dismiss by 8. Because, and Donna will tell you the same thing. If we're not done at 7:50, they're lining up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So I posted that when I saw that thing of Piper had posted early in the morning.
Yeah.
I took a picture of it and posted it on my Facebook page that morning. I wanted to remember it. I posted it on Pastor Madden Facebook page. By the time I get to church, and I'm going to a totally different subject here. Somebody has gone on my page and posted something about I should be ashamed, didn't use that word, for listening to a false prophet.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
And I thought, okay, this is the other side of this. I might take my child to play travel ball if that's what my church was.
Yeah.
This is the other side of this.
Yeah.
You know, here is all I did. I didn't want to plagiarize the man's comment, which I thought was a brilliant observation that Christians on the other side of the world are trying to decide, do I go to worship or at the risk of losing my life? We're here, we're trying to decide, should the kids play travel? And so that started me down a rabbit hole. And, you know, I can go down a rabbit hole real quick. And I'm like, what makes him a false prophet? When do we call somebody a false prophet? What is the criteria? You know, I think biblically it would be if you prophesied something that didn't come true, certainly Old Testament. New Testament, if you preached any other gospel but the gospel of Jesus Christ. So when does a person become a false prophet?
I don't know, because some of those people that said they knew the dates of the rapture are still preaching. So
Tell me about it. Yes. You know, and I think John Piper, and I've met him. We sat by him on a plane. I think he's Calvinist. I'm not. But when it comes to the gospel, I think pretty much would be about where I am, only through the blood of Jesus Christ, only through the work of Christ on the cross, etc. So is everybody that disagrees with how you interpret Scripture a false prophet? Because what's really interesting there, and I didn't look to see who posted it. I just immediately went out and hid it. Because if you put a derogatory comment on something I posted, the amigos are out of the
right.
amigos are out of the mansion, buddy.
Take the amigos clothes.
Take the amigos clothes. But I'm sorry, I went down. I was going down the rabbit hole of all of this stuff. When are you a false prophet? What I was going to say is, I know in our own tribe.
There you go.
Everybody with me? We have guys who don't agree with our interpretations as far as it relates to declaration of faith and doctrine.
Yep.
Great guys who I love.
Yeah.
And have fun with them, because I'll send them a text about
the date of the rapture.
The date of the rapture or something, or whatever it may be. It may not just be the pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib thing, you know. We have guys who don't fully agree with how we interpret Scripture. Does that make them, if you agree in the work of the cross and the shed blood of Jesus Christ and the virgin birth and the authority of Scripture and, you know, those non-negotiables. I think there are some non-negotiables that have to be non-negotiables. But then the things that are more subject to interpretation, if I don't agree with you, am I a false prophet? Because if that's the case, then I'm sure in some people's minds I'm a false prophet, and that would make everybody subject to that. I was just come on, man, read what was posted.
Yeah,
you know. Do you have a vendetta? Are you going after?
Does it point back to Christ?
Yeah, and look at what was said. You know, hey,
yeah,
we're portraying a totally different Christianity.
Yeah,
than what the rest of the world is facing.
Right.
So anyway, moms, dads,
we don't work in grace very well. We're still trying to figure it out.
No, we don't work in grace very well. We won't admit it, but we're very works oriented.
Yeah.
We're very performance oriented.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what else we do. And we're going to hodgepodge world right now. We worship events.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah.
But we don't. But do we worship Jesus? We and our tribe is an event worshiping tribe.
Event driven, absolutely.
We are driven by events. When I look at the Church of God budget, and I see what we are spending money on, we are not buying properties and we are not building buildings. I'm talking about at the denominational level, where millions of dollars are coming in. We are not spending that money to buy buildings, build buildings, buy properties. As far as I know, we still have the same drug rehab center we have had for ever how long we've had it in Pennsylvania. And you know that's an epidemic all over the country. But we spend our money on events because we worship events. We schedule more.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
We are all about events, and I'm not anti-events.
Sure.
But that's what we're consumed by. Mm-hmm. We measure who we are by how well that event went.
Right.
At the state level, it's camp meeting.
Yeah.
When I've had a couple overseers, when they come to South Carolina, call me, hey, I want to talk to you, and you go to eat with them, and they look at you and say, well, what do I have to do to be successful in South Carolina? What do I have to do to be a successful overseer? And my standing answer is, have good camp meetings. As long as you have a good camp meeting, the second part of that is have good camp meetings and show up. Yeah. When, church is in trouble, show up. Pastors in trouble, show up. But have good camp meetings, show up. You'll be great. They'll build a statue to you. They'll love you. Why? Because we're event driven.
Yeah.
International level, that every division has to have their events. I think it started somewhat with the success of Winterfest.
Absolutely.
Which is, I think, the most successful event we put on.
Yeah, I agree.
No bias on the other side of the table.
Even more successful than the General Assembly.
It is the second largest event other than the General Assembly.
It may be the second largest, but it's the highest revenue producing event.
Absolutely. And maybe the most.
Come on out in the water would be.
Maybe the most evangelistic, successful event.
Yes.
I think that Winterfest and Youth Camp are two of the strongest evangelistic tools.
Absolutely.
But I also, when I get to talk about and at those two events, I hammer into youth pastors and students. You don't have to wait until the next one of these to have God move in your life.
Right.
This is a great place for you to come and get away and for you to get out of your normal environment and to be open to hear from the Lord.
We've not done well at taking events from the big level down to the daily level.
There's a guy, I can't remember his name. He preached Winterfest a long time ago, and I heard him at Belonging. He does not do youth events in the United States anymore. He won't take one. And I heard him talk about it on a podcast. He was like, now, Australia, South Africa, I'll go all day long. He said, but I'm doing them in the United States. He said, you know why? He said, because we come and we spend millions of dollars and we do the event and we pray for God to fall on us, and then we go back and we play games and we eat pizza.
Yeah.
And he's like, and that's it.
Yep.
He said, and that's
an event.
Yeah. He said,
that's an event.
You pray for the fire and then you do nothing to keep the fire going. Right. And he said, so I don't do those big events because I think it's a waste.
If you look, and I don't think I get in trouble for this, if you look at the income that comes into the Church of God, aside from personnel, I think you could certainly congregate. The next largest expenditure would be our events.
And I think part of that too is, let's go back to this, I think it's parent driven.
Sure.
I think that they
at least on the youth side.
They push, this church is doing that.
Yeah.
And this one's doing this. Yeah. And you'll have fun and you'll do that and you'll do this. I give you
if it's an event, I can drop you off and I don't have food with you.
That's right. I give you a great example. Last Wednesday night, I was speaking, did this whole big setup about some recent events that I've had in my life that I don't want to get into right now because they involve a driver's license.
And a near arrest.
And I'm telling the whole story or whatever.
Bo almost got arrested.
It's true. We'll talk about it later. And they're on the edge of their seat. And I'm being funny. I'm telling it whatever. And I'm on the edge of their seat. And as soon as I just gradually turned that corner and tied it into the scripture, it was like, lost them.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
When the fun part was over, they just went, no. I mean, take out their keys. And I went, boys, you don't even have cars. Can you please just put your keys away? Just give me 2 minutes here. I mean, like that was it.
Yeah.
Because
Let me make the point.
We've built up this, go do this and go have fun and go whatever. And we've lost the maintaining of the flame of that. Yeah. Now look, have an event, do your thing. That's great, but maintain that all the way through.
Yeah.
That's the only reason you see growth. The reason you don't see growth is because we just do these events and then drop, and then do the next event and then drop.
And guys, we're at 40. I didn't know we'd get to 40. And guys get on the same circuit with church. You have to have an event every week. There has to be a theme every week, and really, what are you building? Shallow people.
Yeah.
And one of the great concerns, as I knew I'd be in Cleveland this week, is and just looking, man, because I was looking at the last financial report, okay, and I'm like, what do we spend this money on? We're not buying buildings, we're not building buildings, we're not buying property. What did this department spend $1.6 million on? Events. Because we worship events, and we measure who we are by the success of the event.
We measure success by attendance.
Oh, always. And that's dangerous. I really think it's at least shallow. It's at least shallow. But anyway, 41 minutes. I'm in Cleveland. Y'all just pray. Y'all just, everybody pray. I'll be up there with the other false prophets or whatever. So.
If you tune in next time and you just see me and co-host too, you'll know some went down.
We'll have a cutout.
Stream the travel.
We'll have a cutout. Well, I'm on the restoration committee, so I should have an end there.
Recuse yourself.
I should have an end there. All right. Speaking of events, Shepherd's Gathering coming up next week. It will not be an event. It will be a gathering.
There you go.
Take care, guys.
Bye.